Well, good Saturday morning, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here. Hopefully you can hear me as I quickly rush after our 9 a.m. show. Oh, a little bit off on my timing here. 9 a.m. show just ended. We just actually had a severe thunderstorm warning issued just for the far southeast corner of Lapeer County. Almont going to be in that area that sees that. That is looking at quarter-sized hail falling and moving northeast, or moving. What direction is that? East? They have it as east at 25 miles per hour. So you obviously have some hail. This is the same system that had very strong winds at times. Nothing got severe until this portion of this system. So that's a good thing for anyone that tries to avoid that severe thunderstorm warning. But we did have just now the southeast portions of Lapeer County getting issued for that severe thunderstorm warning. That's again southeast Lapeer, northeast Oakland County, northern Macomb County. That's up until 10 a.m. So it'll probably be quicker out of Lapeer County, a little bit quicker, and that's a quick moving system. Again, moving east at 25 to 30 miles per hour, quarter-sized hail. I'm surprised. I'm trying to see what the winds are. 50 mile per hour winds with this, so definitely reaching that sort of level of severe weather category when we come to our storms. And this isn't the only storm we're keeping an eye on this morning. It's been an active morning. If you've been paying attention, if you watched our morning show, what you saw was we had an active one. 75 still at a standstill. We'll get to that here in a second, but did want to look at this system up to the north, because we'll be looking just a quick peek at this one for the rest of the day. This is sort of our main severe weather threat, or was supposed to be our main severe weather threat. Actually has been lowered to a special weather statement at this point, but still producing strong winds. Let me see if I can find exactly what that special weather statement was for. We'll get exact reading here, but it was there for a special weather statement. I don't know if I can find it real quick from the National Weather Service. They issue these warnings and watches, and sometimes they're hard to find, especially when they have a lot of other stuff going on. So when it was a special weather statement earlier in the morning, it was for winds up to 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're still seeing some hail from this system. Good thing is, doesn't have any rotation, at least at the surface. We might have a little bit of a cap that's built even this morning. It was sort of what the soundings were looking like, that we may have some warm air aloft. So that sort of helped us a little bit, but still a system there in northern Ogama County that we have to keep an eye on. Iosco County, we'll have to obviously, Ogama County, I'm sorry, it's been a long morning. It's been a long morning. We've been active, and again, we'll take a look at what traffic's been like, because it hasn't been good. 75, finally, after about 2 hours, I-75 just north of Miller Road is starting to move again. They had people turning around there on I-75. Just because of how long they were stopped. This was a standstill that started right around 7 a.m. when that heaviest rain was moving through Flint, and it has continued up until about probably 5 minutes ago. They're finally starting to see some movement northbound that was for flooding there. Again, heavy rains. Flint was in a flood advisory, including all of Genesee County in a flood advisory till 11 a.m. Because of that heavy rain. Now, that rain should be over with for Genesee County, but still have that flooding. Good morning to everyone again. Sort of a quick thrown together stream, just because I wanted to take a look at our weather as we ended our show at 9 a.m. But again, just traffic was at a standstill for so long there on I-75. Almost our whole morning show saw stalled traffic there. So if you have plans, I'd still avoid that area at least for the next 30 minutes, as it looks like traffic tries to recover. But it is improving. That's always a good sign, because I know a lot of people want to get out on the roads for your weekend. I know a lot of people are traveling for the weekend as well. Now, again, looking back at our pinpoint Doppler radar, or pinpoint Doppler, what we see is, again, those cells just to the north, trying to move through our far northern counties. At this point, are moving really just to the south-southeast. Iosco County should be entering you here in just a little bit. And again, doesn't have a severe thunderstorm warning with it. It doesn't even look like it has a special weather statement. I'll check real quick to see if the National Weather Service sort of upped that special weather statement with this cell. But it is producing pretty heavy rainfall. It's producing lots of lightning. You can see that there. Lots of lightning with that cell to the far north. And then this isn't the only really hot area, I'd call it. There's areas out there towards Sanilac County. in southeast Lapeer County. And again, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for southeast Lapeer County right now, but is quickly moving through that southeast corner, MLA City south, really seeing that severe thunderstorm warning right now. So that will move out, and you'll be done there in Lapeer County of seeing any of that really strong thunderstorm. Because again, this is the first severe thunderstorm warning we've had with this line. It was a special weather statement at one point, and then it ended up getting sort of canceled. It was just this line of really heavy rain, some winds up to about 30, 40 miles per hour. There was even a report of some small hail with that line. At this point, I'd imagine that hail is definitely just to the southeast. Let's see if I can pull up a hail tracker real quick with that line. And again, that's the line that definitely created those traffic issues that you had there through Genesee County. So if you were traveling through that area today, I apologize because it was probably not good. And here's our hail predictor. It is showing there's some pretty good hail. Luckily, it's south of our region. It's definitely south of Lapeer County. Well, definitely down here, we're seeing a chance of some hail. Again, this was up to, I think, about quarter-sized hail possible. Take another look at that because, again, I sort of just got in here and started the stream, so I didn't get to look at the information that we were getting sort of fed by the National Weather Service for this warning. Quarter-sized hail. So there is some hail with that. It is starting to move south, so that's a good thing. But if you have travel plans, especially along M53, just be prepared. There could be some flooding. You obviously could have some slowdowns as you get on M53. So just a lot of traffic issues for this morning. Take a quick second here. I got to readjust. This mic is trying to fight me a little bit this morning. It happens. We're on live stream. Things don't always go smoothly, but sometimes they do. Especially on Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., where we're live every day from the First Alert Weather Team, keeping you up to date with your local weather and any of the weather happenings that are going on around the country. Light rain off of M25. Yeah, I wish we could stay dark all damn. I know, I wish we could stay dark too, especially when we get warm this afternoon. I think we're going to wish it was dark. Yeah, we got some light rain there, M25, doesn't surprise me. Again, if we look back at our radar, what we see is, if I can get it pulled up here, that's going north on me. Yeah, just this line. It's been setting up southern Huron County into Sanilac County now. Finally is moving out of Lapeer County, so that's always a good thing, especially with that hail that was trying to develop just south of there. But again, it's not our only area that we're keeping an eye on. We're looking up to the north as we get towards sort of our northern counties have had this chance of that line. Iosco County, it's starting to move into eastern Iosco County. So if you're in that area, I'd say get indoors. Again, there's nothing severe about this. There isn't a severe thunderstorm warning, I should say, but you're getting lots of lightning. You're getting lots of probably some winds, even some small hail. Again, there was a report of hail from really Traverse City all the way to sort of just north of Holton Lake. So that's always something we don't want to see. Luckily, it doesn't look like it was going to be big enough to cause too much damage, but enough. Does Bay City have a storm coming? Let's just look down at Bay City. At this point, no, that storm is pretty much past you. It really formed south of Bay City. Now, you probably heard a few rumbles of thunder, did get a few quick spurts of rain. We did here in Saginaw a couple times right before our morning show. You could hear it coming down pretty hard. But at this point, I say Bay City, you're looking to be in the good for at least thunderstorms. You may have some light rain, but even now it looks like that light rain's past you. So you should be dry the rest of the day. I think the Tri-Cities at this point, you're looking to be dry the rest of the day. Unless, I will say, this line has been trying to maybe develop a little bit farther south. That could come across, but none of the models have been showing that coming across. So I think we're getting into a point now where if you're behind sort of this main line that we're seeing, I'll point it out here, that's going through Sanilac, southern Huron, maybe all the way through Huron if there's some more development on the western side of the county, all the way up north to our northern counties into pretty much Mackinac area. Behind that line, models have suggested you're going to dry off and be dry the rest of the day. Is it going to fill in over Huron County? You will see some rain. I don't think it's going to be the main portion of that system there in Huron County for obviously our stronger storms. Again, nothing severe outside of that southeast corner of Lapeer County that at this point is most likely through. So we'll see. They'll end up trimming that Lapeer County severe thunderstorm warning here probably in the next 10 to 20 minutes. But taking a look at Huron County real quick, you do have some thunderstorms trying to develop off the bay. Again, nothing severe expected with these, but I'd still stay indoors. There's a lot of lightning starting to develop with this, so could also get some hail if there's enough lift in that system. The one thing is we're pretty warm in the atmosphere, so hail development probably pretty small right now. If you do get any hail, and you could get gusty at times. You know, winds with this line throughout much of the morning, 30 to 40 miles per hour. That severe thunderstorm warning in Lapeer County is up to 60 miles per hour. So that's just something you could see. And you usually get that with a thunderstorm for this time of year. And we're obviously lucky because our weather has been somewhat on the calmer side, even though we've had a lot of rain and some flooding. Areas out towards Minnesota and North Dakota I know got hit hard, and if you know me, you know that's an area that I was in before coming back to Michigan, and I know they got hit pretty hard last night. So luckily we avoided that sort of main portion of the system that went through the UP, but we still had obviously some heavy rainfall. Again, we'll look at 75 real quick, see if that camera is showing us any better of movement on I-75 there, because again, that was a standstill. Is West Branch, I'll get to that here in a second, still pretty slow. I-75, again, if you're just joining me, thank you. I-75 just north of Miller Road. This is looking northbound on I-75 there. Was closed for flooding and maybe an accident. I had to go look at the reports to see if there was an accident involved with that flooding. But it was at a standstill. Started at right around 7, didn't move for almost an hour, hour and a half, and we're still at a standstill. At one point, cars were turning around. They were maybe turning people around, so they're not doing that now, but we're still at a pretty good standstill on 75. So if you have travel plans for today, especially through Flint, Genesee County has been underwater in many areas because of that heavy rainfall. I would just wait a little bit. Definitely going to get taken care of through the rest of the day, and traffic should start to clear off. But again, looking at our traffic map, still showing that crash, accident, flooding as an issue, and some obviously stopped traffic there. Now, Sammy had a question about West Branch. Are you through the storm? Looks like it just missed you to the north. So the heaviest is definitely going through Rose City right now, maybe just past Rose City. Again, we are in a little bit of delay. We're not perfectly in line here, so Facebook's about, I think, 10 to 15 seconds behind. If you're on our website at wnem.com/livestreams, that delay is a little bit more. YouTube, I don't actually quite know the YouTube delay, but there is a little bit of delay. So Rose City, right now, that strong thunderstorm definitely moving through your location. Lots of thunder. I bet you it's pretty loud there in Rose City, and that's just going to move into Iosco County over the next probably 5 to 15 minutes. But West Branch, you're looking to be in the good for that stronger thunderstorm. Again, luckily we've avoided any of the severe weather outside of that severe thunderstorm warning in southeast Lapeer County. And I'm trying to see, they still have it there for southeast Lapeer County, but it's just a small area, and it's at this point moving out, but you actually may be seeing some light development on the backside of that system. So not quite done yet. Imlay City north there also seeing some development. So that's just a sign of how we're getting just that moisture in the atmosphere, and that's allowing these storms to continue to develop even behind the main line. Now, probably won't be as severe or strong behind that main line, but again, noticeable with thunder, heavy rainfall like we've been seeing over the last couple of days. I know obviously Wednesday we had that really heavy rain. Yesterday, or Thursday, we had heavy rain. Melinda says woke up to some thunder in Tuscola County. Yeah, that was a wake-up call for many. Started about 4 a.m., moving into sort of Gratiot County, into Saginaw County, and just moved east throughout the morning, right around 25 to 30 miles per hour. And again, has brought some really heavy rainfall. We did have a flood advisory for Genesee County up until 11 a.m. I'm going to take a quick look, see if they've issued any more flood advisories. It wouldn't surprise me just because I know that we had that chance of heavy rainfall. So they haven't issued any more flood advisories, but just be careful. You may come across some flooded roads like we had on I-75 for this morning. And again, the SPC actually did just update their outlook. I actually will pull it up real quick. We'll see about this. They're actually still putting, if I can find day one, there it is. The SPC still has kept that slight risk for our northern counties. We'll see how that plays out. I wonder if they're thinking if that line that's sort of in the UP crossing the lake right now will have some energy as it moves through. But I had to imagine by midday, we should be starting to dry off. I'm surprised by that update just a little bit, but it doesn't surprise me. The SPC lately has liked to hold on to some of our outlooks. Tanya says, hope we don't lose power. Yeah, that's a big concern, because if you're just joining us and you're wondering, you've looked at our website, you see that we have a first alert weather day. It's not because of these storms. It's because of our hot weather that we're seeing over the next couple of days. So this has just been a very active day, or will be an active day, because again, we do have a first alert weather day issued for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for our warmer temperatures. We're expecting our highs starting today to be near or above 90 degrees. Heat index is at 95 to 100 degrees possible. So you got to be taking those precautions when it comes to the heat, because I know not everyone has the privileges of having the AC, or doesn't have the ability today because maybe they're at work and they're working outside, to be indoors and staying cool. Try to, as much as you can, keep those precautions. I'm going to pull this full screen real quick, mute my mic. I'm going to take a Okay, sorry about that. Started losing my voice a little bit there. But again, the good thing is we've avoided much of that severe weather chance so far this morning. Again, there was a severe thunderstorm warning in Lapeer County. We'll see how they're treating that at this point. If they've either trimmed it or at least gotten rid of it. It looks, nope, they still have it in place there for the far southeast corner of Lapeer County. And again, this isn't the only line we're looking at. Through really Huron and Sanilac down to the far eastern portions of Lapeer County. It's also this area up to the north that we've been keeping an eye on, because this is really the area that was the hot spot on many of the models for the possibility of severe weather. Luckily, that severe weather has really died down once it got past 75 and 127 there near Higgins Lake, but still a strong storm. Still need to probably stay indoors. Just because you have lots of lightning, you could probably get some winds, 30, 40 miles per hour, heavy rain for that area. Rose City now, you're looking to be on the clear when it comes to at least the strongest portion of that storm, but it is moving into Iosco County. So just, again, I'd stay indoors. Nothing severe with this cell, but it is a strong storm. And so always take those precautions, and it's moving pretty quickly. Let's actually see if, I don't think I'm going to find exact speed. Hello, Adam. Matthew is not here. It is Stone. I am here. Matthew would be here on your mornings on Monday through Friday, but he had plans and got to see me for today. Yeah, hello, Adam. Usually it is Matthew in the mornings. I know he would probably be excited to be here for this chance of weather. But obviously everyone has plans, everyone gets a weekend, get to enjoy it, and but we're still here and we're still looking in that for the weather. Still heavy rain in Rose City. Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. Again, you're still on the backside of that strong system. See if I can zoom in even farther. We'll get really close to Rose City. So yeah, you're still on the heaviest portion of that system, but definitely starting to move out pretty quickly. So that's a good sign for the strongest winds. I bet you it was loud in Rose City, because it looks like we've had lots of lightning in that northern cell. Let's look at hail. Was there any hail with this? We'll see. So there was some small hail. So if you have any photos, make sure you send that in here. You can check out our app, the TV5 First Alert Weather app, and you can send in your photos there. If you have any hail photos, because it is showing that we probably had some hail through Rose City. I think the good thing is we're at a point where I think our atmosphere is going to be warm enough. It's not the biggest hail, but little peas falling from the sky may end up looking like snow. I've seen some pictures up towards Traverse City where the ground is white from the hail. Hello everyone. Again, thank you for joining me here at the desk. Sort of thrown together last second. We didn't have a severe thunderstorm warning once during our whole morning show. As the morning show was ending, we did get that one severe thunderstorm warning in Lapeer County. We'll go down there real quick just to update anyone that is in that area. Even Sanilac County, Sandusky, you might be seeing some hail right now. So don't be surprised by that if you hear some, it was very loud. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Rose City, that system really was right through your back door. But again, that's similar to what we're seeing in Sanilac, again, that southeast portion of Lapeer County, now even south of Brown City, which I don't think Brown City needs any more rain. Maybe someone from there can tell me, but we got reports of around 4 inches in Brown City on Wednesday. So more rain, probably not the greatest. Could have some flooding concerns there. Imlay City, at this point, that system is just to the north of you, at least another heavy portion. But again, this line doesn't seem to have any severe weather outside of this southeast corner of Lapeer County down into Macomb County and Oakland County. Let's see if they've updated it at all. Still quarter-sized hail, still looking at winds up to 50 miles per hour. That does go until, they have it till 10 a.m. I think that will end up getting canceled out of Lapeer a little bit earlier than that. But again, even though you're not in a severe thunderstorm warning, this is still a strong line of storms at this point that is really stretched all the way from now Detroit, or northern Detroit, Macomb County will say, all the way up to almost Mackinac. We can see there's still some more development in the far north. So if you have any family members up towards Mackinac today, maybe they're going camping up there towards Petoskey, even into the UP, make sure they're staying weather aware for the next few hours, because these are some strong storms. Again, these are the same storms that in North Dakota and South Dakota and Minnesota produced a few tornadoes, lots of damage. I know there's a city down out in North Dakota that took a lot of damage from a tornado late last night. I have, again, a lot of friends who were out in North Dakota, as I was previously at a station in North Dakota, and some of the craziest weather photos I've seen in a long time out in North Dakota from that line. And this is really just remnants of that line continuing to move through the UP into our northern portions of the Lower Peninsula. But again, we're still looking at areas of the northern counties, especially in Iosco County at this point, seeing this stronger thunderstorm trying to move in. Again, not severe, but I think it's noticeable just to keep an eye on this storm. Lots of lightning. I think a good thing is it looks like it's weakening. It's getting a little bit smaller, a little bit less lightning than what you had maybe in Rose City or out towards Higgins Lake. And again, this line stretches all the way down. Sanilac County now getting the heart of that sort of southern line or southern portion of this system. Again, lots of lightning. Sandusky, you are going to get a light show and a thunder show here in the next probably 2 to 5 minutes. So again, doesn't look to be anything severe. You might be getting some small hail as well. We'll take a look at that real quick. We're a little bit all over the place. I don't think there's any rotation, which is a good thing. Yeah, no rotation. Always good to see, but hail, definitely getting some small hail in Sandusky right now. Autumn says thunder in the thumb is shaking the house. And again, yeah, does not surprise me. We are seeing lots of lightning with this system, really throughout much of it, if not all of the line. And again, you still have some development in Huron County. Now, the good thing about this area of maybe a stronger storm that's trying to develop, it does look like it's weakening. So that's always a good thing. Into Bad Axe, you'll get some heavy rain here in probably the next 10 to 20 minutes. So always a good thing. But we'll just continue to keep an eye on this. I'm actually going to load up the 75 camera real quick because there was a standstill traffic. If you're just joining us, thank you. Yeah, I-75 was almost a standstill, or it was a standstill throughout much of our morning show. I can't find our full screen camera. There it is. Still at a standstill this morning. We'll take it full screen actually real quick so you can see there were semis that stayed there in that location. This is I-75 just past Miller Road. Vehicle City camera has been at standstill because of flooding. So it wasn't good. If you got stuck in that, I apologize because that would not have been fun. I would have been upset. I think anyone would have been upset getting stuck in that region throughout the day. I do want to quickly pull up, if I can find it on our system here. Here it is. Do we have any power outages? Just to look at real quick. Just because we do have a strong storm means we could get some power outages. Nothing on consumers, at least noticeable. So that's always a good thing. I know someone earlier in chat mentioned that we don't want to lose power, especially through a day like today and this weekend, because, oh yeah, we have a first alert weather day issued for our hot temperatures. So real quickly, I'm going to look at our highs for today for anyone that's wondering. you got mid to lower 90s, 10 degrees above average for this time of year. So definitely a warmer day, and our feels like temperatures are not going to be any cooler because dew points will be in the 70s. This is 6 p.m. today. Our feels like temperature, yeah, triple digits through the Tri-Cities down towards Gratiot County. Shiawassee is definitely going to see some areas where you're getting into those sort of triple digits for feels like, and we're not done because again, Sunday, it's more of the same. So I think it's a good thing that when we look at our power outage map so far, we're not seeing any outages. Again, with this heat, I don't want anyone that has to be out in that AC or out of the AC in this temperatures. So we'll load up, I want to load up hour by hour real quick. We'll see what models are showing. Because again, there really isn't much more. Models right now, we'll take a quick look at it. Models are showing that by about 10 a.m., a majority of the strong portions of this system are out of here. There may be a few isolated cells through about midday, but we should start to dry off. So this morning may ruin the plans for some. Just remember, we're actually getting to a point where we actually could see a good recovery for our afternoon and actually get to enjoy what is a nice day. I'm going to real quick check something. I'm going to mute my mic. So if you don't hear anything, it's just because I'm okay, sorry about that. I just got a notification. Wanted to make sure it wasn't any more severe thunderstorm warnings being issued. And that's the nice thing about being at the desk. You pull out your phone. Some of our warnings may come faster into my phone than what we get into the system, because sometimes the system's a little bit on the slower side. But nothing has been issued, so that's always a good thing, at least for severe thunderstorm warnings. I did want to look actually real quick, make sure there wasn't a special weather statement with this system to the north. And it was actually issued into a special, actually I think this is a different system. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is actually farther north, this special weather statement they issued about 10 minutes ago. So again, we're a little bit over the place. I apologize for that. Sometimes these streams get thrown together like today where we didn't have any severe weather up until right after our morning show. So wanted to keep you guys up to date, especially too when we had that traffic at a standstill on 75, and that did create some problems at times through the day. And now my chair's fighting me, trying to tip over, I think. But again, we have a storm moving into Iosco County right now. Here, the next really 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to get some heavy rain and a lot of lightning strikes through Iosco County, northern Iosco County primarily. Down to the south, you actually might be in good shape. All right, sorry about that, everyone. Sun's out here, yeah. And that's the thing, is that once this line moves through, we're going to get some sunshine that wants to sort of move in, because we do have drier air starting to, or not drier air, I should say. We're going to be moist today. Our dew points are in the 70s. I don't know why I said drier, but a drier pattern at least for rain. I think that's because a cap's going to build. These warmer temperatures that are rolling in are going to get stuck aloft, and that's going to create a cap which will help sort of reduce cloud cover at times, will help reduce any chances of thunderstorms this afternoon, because the atmosphere is there. We do have the atmosphere for severe weather, but a cap has sort of helped us out just a little bit through the day. And again, it looks like they have canceled that severe thunderstorm warning down there for southeast Lapeer County, which it doesn't surprise me. That system has moved out, maybe it's weakened just a little bit. But continuing to see a strong storm move through Sanilac County, Huron County, at least southern Huron County. Might miss Bad Axe, actually. You might be in good shape, at least for the strongest portion of this storm in Huron County. But again, you still have this system in Iosco County that is on the stronger side. This was severe thunderstorm warned at points in northern Michigan. It did have a special weather statement as it entered our northern counties, but at this point, it is looking to be in pretty good shape. At least looks to be weakening, so that's always a good thing when we're talking about thunderstorms. Okay, sorry about that again. Checking phone, I'm getting notifications, get people telling me what's going on around the state. And again, nothing severe as of right now, so that's always a good thing. But I'm not going to count out some stronger storms that are within this system, especially up there to the far north in Iosco County. We're looking at that system right now. I'm trying to move in to sort of the northern portions of the county, Oscoda. That also is in your on its way to you. And then as we look down to the south, this line has really continued to develop really through Sanilac County, now out of Lapeer County for the most part. Still could be looking at some rain towards Imlay City, Goodland, and Brown City. I think those will be the areas still holding on to that rain on the backside of this line. But again, I keep seeing reports of, it's starting to get sunny out. Burton, you're seeing some sun. I imagine we're seeing some sun right now in Saginaw. I'm trying to look outside. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover right now. But just a few areas of rain trying to move in. Let's actually see if I can pull up Sky Tracker. Let's look at our cloud cover. So yeah, definitely starting to clear up a little bit on the western side of the state. So that is a good thing. We'll just keep an eye on this for the next probably 5 to 15 minutes, and then we'll probably end stream. Actually, do want to try to pull up our website real quick if I can get to it. And again, thank you for everyone for joining me here today. It was a sort of thrown together stream just because we did have a lot of action this morning when it comes to traffic. I-75 is on standstill. I'll actually load that up real quick just to make sure or see how it's moving. They're backed up again. They were looked to be cleared out at points with this sort of area, but now they're backed up again. So traffic's still slowed down. I think if you have travel plans through the day, especially through I-75, just maybe delay your plans a little bit or just take a different route because it has been backed up all day. And I'm actually going to pull up an article from this morning. If it will let me load here, I can get it out for you. For some reason, our website wants to give me issues, and that does happen. But it's related to the 75 area that we did see those traffic issues. Let's see if I can get it. If you want to go check it out for yourself, head over to WNEM.com. It's just right there on the front page. You'll be able to see it.
Welcome back, everyone.
There we go. There it is. There is our
on your
article from our
morning.
own Christine
Again,
Winters.
Traffic has been
what you see is,
really
traffic was backed up on I-75.
Towards Genesee County.
It's still backed up at this
past
point
Miller Road.
in
We're looking to
the morning. It's been backed up since about 7:05. So if you want a good read, go check out this article. It's just going to tell you what's going on. There was some flooding that blocked I-75 there just past Miller Road. I think it was exit 118 was where you had a lot of those issues, but still not moving very fast. They actually cleared out. At one point, they were turning traffic around, which I don't think I've ever seen, or at least in a long time, have never seen that happen on a highway. But they were turning traffic around, and actually, one of the things I just noticed myself, southbound traffic is now here. We didn't have southbound traffic for almost an hour and a half, so southbound now looks to be in better shape. Traffic finally flowing through there, and some of these people may have been sitting on 75 since about 7:30, so they're probably relieved to see traffic is starting to move at a better pace right now. I mean, just okay. Well, and I'll have some photos here in just a second. I'll be able to show you of the flooding there on 75, but still slowing down. They're actually starting to slow down just a little bit on southbound. Mary, thanks for the updates. Yeah, you're welcome. Again, we're here, your TV5 First Alert Weather Team. We're going to be here all the time. We have severe weather. We have active weather. We're going to be live here at the First Alert Digital Desk. And if you miss out there or you need more weather updates, maybe you miss one of our shows in the morning, you can catch us at the First Alert Digital Desk at 2 p.m. Monday through Fridays. Now, I will give everyone a heads up. We don't have a First Alert Digital Desk stream on Monday planned right now. We just have a little bit of a scheduling conflict that may cause some issues, but you may end up getting a stream. Wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, Chief Meteorologist Chris he may want to do a stream late in the day, especially when we're holding on to warmer temperatures. And then we still have showers and thunderstorms for later next week. And obviously when you get showers and thunderstorms, you always have a chance for stronger storms and severe weather like we have on this morning. So we'll take one quick look here again at our Doppler radar at Pinpoint Doppler. And again, the heart of this system is definitely right now through Sanilac County, so Sandusky, definitely going to be a loud one as it's moving through. I know I had a few people from Rose City where you were loud. It was loud up to the north. And you're not done in Huron County either. There's still some storms trying to pop up across the bay. So Port Austin, Port Hope, you may get a few rumbles of thunder here or there. I think it's also a good sign to show you, to show you that, hey, you can get lightning far away. This is pretty far from any system, this lightning right here, just north of Port Austin over the lake. That's just to show you that if there's lightning nearby, you sort of need to get indoors because it can strike very far away. And again, seeing that northern cell really starting to weaken off, I think that's a good sign because it was a strong cell as it moved through the northern portions of the lower peninsula. So again, continuing to see good signs that storm is weakening. Again, wasn't severe as it entered our region, but was enough that you did notice it with thunder, some heavy rain, even some small hail. And actually, just take a look at hail. That's wind velocity. That's also not what I need. I'm clicking everything but hail zone. So definitely seeing less hail. There still is a signal that we could be seeing some there in the county, but obviously seeing good recovery at this point. And then down to the south, I still think Sanilac County, that area, still seeing some hail trying to develop. It's probably pretty small. A lot of the hail reports we've had from this is about pea-sized, but for the most part, we're actually looking to be in the good at this point. System just moving through and dropping heavy rain, lots of lightning. So real quick, I'm going to mute my mic so I can get a drink of water and check some of these notifications. So don't leave if you're here, if you're in this storm and you want to just keep an eye on it. I will pull up actually normal pinpoint Doppler just so you can see. It keeps wanting to move me up to the north, especially if you live in Sanilac County. But real quick, going to mute my mic just so I can take care of something real quick. Okay, I am back. Sorry, everyone. Just had to check my phone for a hot second, take a drink of water. Because again, we don't have anything severe right now, but we do have some stronger storms that I just wanted to just keep an eye on here over the next probably 10 to 20 minutes. I want to thank everyone for joining us. I know it's slowed down just a little bit, and that's okay. I know everyone wants to get on with their day, especially if you live out west, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. You're looking to be in the good at this point. Flint, I'd imagine you're in the good right now, maybe some quick showers, but otherwise, you're looking to stay in the clear for any more thunderstorms. And then just really on the eastern side of our region right now, Sanilac County is sort of the main area, and then counties north of the bay still holding on to some of these thunderstorms at this point. But that one is really starting to weaken there to the far north, just north of the bay there. So that's always a good sign. Hopefully we can continue that trend of seeing weakening with that system, because it was a strong system as it crossed Lake Michigan early this morning. Was some hail with that. I know it looked like there was a report in Traverse City of a car flipping over at some point when this system was moving through. So interesting to see some of the development with that storm as it moved to the east. But again, has continued to weaken through Iosco County here over the last really 10 to 20 minutes, and will continue to weaken as it reaches the bay and the lake. And it doesn't look like it should have any impact. Should miss you north, but there also is some more development there in northern Huron County. So I don't think you're out of the woods for thunderstorms, at least these non-severe thunderstorms, if you live in the northern portions of Huron County. And I also think too, you may also see some rain and bad acts once again. And you've gotten lucky so far. It may have split you. But the southern development on this sort of system over the bay right now could get you. It's on M142, having some of that development. I do want to zoom out real quick just to make sure none of these storms to the far west are trying to move in. And it doesn't really look like it. So that's always a good thing to see. Not any more development on at least the western side of the state across Lake Michigan. There's still a lot of development in the UP. Again, if you have family members up there at their camping, they're obviously already in this storm, but they need to be weather aware just because you do get some very strong winds from this system. Again, this is a system that had come from North Dakota, South Dakota, even Montana, and created many tornadoes in North Dakota, very strong winds. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Judy, I try to include knowing that areas in northern Michigan, in the lower peninsula, there's people travel. It's the weekend. People want to get out and travel, especially on a weekend like this. But obviously you have these stronger storms, and even a few severe thunderstorms with that area, and that may continue here over the next couple of hours. But for our sort of neck of the woods, we're seeing those stronger thunderstorms now just mostly in the eastern half of the region. Especially Sanilac County. I bet you it's loud there in Sanilac County right now. Lots of lightning being detected. Lapeer County, you look to be in good shape at this point. And then I think Huron County, you are seeing some more development, but again, nothing severe. So that's always a good thing when you're looking at a storm like this. Just maybe a stronger system trying to develop. But even at this point, I don't think there's any hail. We'll see. Some small hail may be getting detected by that, but it doesn't really look like it's holding together too well, at least in terms of hail. So again, we'll keep an eye on this here for the next, we'll say 15 minutes, maybe even less than that, probably 5 minutes. Just looking at this system, but I think we're in good shape at this point to see that system move out, and we should be dry the rest of the day. But just as a reminder, we're not done yet. We do have a first alert weather day. That's for the heat that we have for today, Sunday, Monday. You got temperatures near and above 90 degrees. Heat index is at 95 to 100 plus degrees possible. So definitely need to be taking those precautions if you have to be outdoors. They actually just issued a special weather statement, the National Weather Service, just now on that system through the thumb. This is for Huron, Sanilac, down to sort of eastern Lapeer County. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Again, it is still there. It is reporting, or at least the National Weather Service is reporting winds up to about 30 miles per hour, hail about a half an inch. So again, not the strongest storm. We're definitely lower than that severe category. But it is enough that the National Weather Service is just saying, hey, keep an eye on it. Special weather statement. We don't want you to just go do your normal day, because this will at times get strong. Again, 30 to 40 mile per hour winds, and you're also looking at hail up to about a half inch possible. So that could do some damage to your home, to your vehicle, and that system's already in your sort of area, especially if you live in Sanilac. So again, if you're just joining me, thank you. I know we've slowed down a little bit. A lot of areas, you're starting to get pretty nice weather now, a little bit warmer. Those temperatures should start to rise. But what we do see is we do have a special weather statement for Huron County, Sanilac County continuing. Again, I'll just keep it on here just in case we do get the chance that that storm does try to become severe. I think at this point, a lot of that energy has been eaten up by that system. But still that chance you could see some half-inch hail with this line moving through Sanilac County. Did real quickly though, want to look at traffic. Northbound 75, you're in the good now. Southbound, blocked up. So just when one side gets some recovery, the other side doesn't look as nice, which isn't great. Let's see if I can get a photo loaded up here of the flooding that we had. If I can get this page to want to just do its thing. Our website being a little bit slow on our system, which can happen. So I apologize if it gets a little bit awkward here. I'm not quite sure why I can't seem to get this to want to load. Again, I don't know why we're having issues. Never had this issue before, so.
The homepage would be best.
Yeah, okay. So if you go to our homepage on our website, what you see is you can see a good picture of that flooding. So head over to WNEM.com. Front page, first thing you're going to see is a story we've had written up about that flooding I-75. And look at the flooding there. I know it's maybe tough to see, but very much blocked the road. I see why we had traffic blocked up for almost 2 hours and still blocked up at this point on southbound, southbound, I mean, 75 there. So I still think avoid the area for at least another 30 minutes if you can. As you see, traffic is at a standstill now on the other direction because it was both lanes stalled out. But if you want to go check out that story, again, head over to our website, WNEM.com. You can also go over there for updated forecasts from your TV5 First Alert weather team. And just quickly, going to take a look at our pinpoint Doppler. I see Paige asked, what about bad acts? You do have a system rolling in right now. Nothing severe, but it is maybe becoming a little bit stronger. There was a special weather statement issued for you. That is because of hail up to about a ½ inch and winds up to 30 miles per hour. So hopefully that will quickly move by, but it shouldn't turn severe, at least for now. We'll keep an eye on. So again, Huron County, Sanilac County, even Lapeer County, they've continued to keep that special weather statement because we're still seeing some development on the eastern side of that line. But again, this should be a little bit weaker, not as much energy in the atmosphere on that eastern side, but still a lot of energy. To see some lightning getting developed doesn't surprise me. Again, in bad acts, you are going to have some heavy rain possibly here in the next 2 to 5 minutes. And as always, just a reminder, if you watch our streams, there is a little bit of delay. Facebook, I think, is about 10 to 15 seconds. So not as bad as what maybe we have on other platforms, but it's just enough that you may just get caught out by some rain if you're looking at outside and watching our stream. But again, things are really starting to sort of simmer down at this point. That system moving through Iosco County is now really getting to the shoreline, starting to really weaken out at this point. That was sort of the hot spot for the morning outside of that flooding that we saw in Genesee County, which again, they did have a flood advisory in Genesee County up until 11 a.m. And we'll see if any more of those get issued for the rest of today. Real quickly before I end stream, because I think at this point that line is starting to weaken. We still have the special weather statement. I should look when that special weather statement ends. It's probably there. Oh, just a second. I got a pretty good damage report there up far north. Out of our area, but it's still trees down. Yeah, so out of our area, but there is some tree damage in areas that I think probably near Traverse City, if I had to guess where that storm was really starting to cook itself across the state. And a few wires down in the far north. So they definitely got hit a little bit harder to the far northwest. So if you have any family members there, make sure you're checking up on them. And obviously, it's a warm day, so it's going to be a warm weekend. We have a first alert weather day issued for the next 3 days. So if you lose power, which actually I can take a look at real quick. I'll load up our first alert weather day graphic real quick. So again, first alert weather days, not for our thunderstorms, but for our temperatures for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you got temperatures near and above 90 degrees. You have heat index at 95 to 100 plus possible. So you need to take those precautions. If you have any family members that lose power, maybe offer to let them stay over for the weekend, especially if you have a pretty nice AC unit. I think they'll enjoy that better than staying in their house that doesn't have power. I'm going to look at Consumers Energy though real quick, see if we have any reported power outages right now. If I can get this off my screen. Nothing in terms of Consumers Energy that I notice sort of popping out. If I can zoom in here, not that much, not that much. Yeah, there is some areas up there towards Traverse City that do have some power outages, which doesn't surprise me. Again, that was an area that looked to have some of those strongest winds. But when we come back to the TV5 viewing area, at least Consumers not showing much in terms of power outages. There are actually now starting to see a few more pop up around the Flint, Genesee County, which again, doesn't surprise me. I think we had a report of lines being down in Genesee County. So again, if you have family members this weekend and they don't have power because of these storms, maybe invite them over. Have a few good nights with the family members, friends maybe, because it is going to be hot. And if you're not used to not having AC or don't have the ability to keep yourself cool, this is a weekend where it's important to keep yourself cool. But definitely starting to see some areas where you're getting some of those power outages being reported in Genesee County right now. And most likely flooding was the big concern there when it came to those areas. Now, once again, I'm going to probably just end it here as we get to the 10 o'clock hour, but thank you for everyone for joining us. We're going to be live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., always at the First Alert digital desk. We try to keep you up to date with what's going on around the state with our weather. And again, if you're just joining me here at the very end, we do have First Alert weather days issued for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for our temperatures. So definitely on the warmer side. We'll take one last peek at our Doppler radar. Again, Bad Axe area, definitely starting to see some rain, maybe hear a few rumbles of thunder. Sanilac County is another area, definitely starting to see some lightning, some thunder. But again, nothing severe with this. You're looking to be in pretty good shape, just some heavy rainfall. I think, again, flooding is going to be a concern in some areas like we had down on I-75 in Flint. But again, thank you for everyone for joining me here today. I'll end it on our Pinpoint Doppler radar. And obviously, if anything changes throughout the day, I'll be here live on our Facebook, on our YouTube. You can catch us on Roku TV, on Apple TV. You can also catch us on Facebook. I thank everyone for joining us. Have a good rest of your weekend. Stay cool, because that's going to be important after these storms roll through the rest of our morning.